Delivers the State of the State address, and Newton County's new sheriff says he's ready to get to work. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, the 58th governor of Missouri gives his first State of the State address. Plus, a fire department in Joplin becomes a safe haven for surrendered infants. And some kids in Joplin take a mental health class at the public library.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe gives his first State of the State address. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Governor Kehoe spoke before members of the General Assembly just 2 weeks after assuming the office. As in his acceptance speech, the governor tonight spoke about improving the lives of Missourians through expanding education opportunities, cutting taxes, and expanding child care. Kehoe said those are all possible through focusing on public safety as well as enforcing and preventing crime in the Show Me State.
Before becoming governor, I promised Missourians I would take action on crime as soon as my hand left the Bible on Inauguration Day. And we did just that, signing 6 executive orders that were developed based on input from law enforcement to launch our Safer Missouri initiative.
Mike Kehoe was sworn in on January 13th as the 58th governor of Missouri. There's a new sheriff in Newton County, and he says he's ready to get to work. Matt Stewart was sworn into the role earlier this month. Stewart won the Republican primary in August and was unopposed for the position in the November election. Stewart has a decades-long career in law enforcement, spending 20 years at the Joplin Police Department, and retired as chief in 2020. Prior to swearing in as sheriff, he was the director of the Children's Center. Stewart says as sheriff, he's working on transparency within the department.
One of the key things in law enforcement is building that trust with your community. The time to do that is while things are going well. If you're waiting to try to build that trust when something bad happens, you're behind the game.
Sheriff says he's organizing monthly Meet the Sheriff events where the community can come and speak with him one-on-one. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look at the weather.
While temperatures are quickly dropping down through the 40s, about 45 in Joplin, 41 out in Kansas and Oklahoma, and those temperatures are going to continue to drop. Winds are still gusting about 15 to 20 miles per hour, especially out on the Missouri side. So we are seeing a bit of a wind chill, just a slight wind chill, not too bad. And then clouds are also going to start to move in later on today and into tomorrow morning. Now these are upper level clouds, so not so bad. So we're going to have a partly cloudy night tonight. Temperatures are going to continue to drop down into the mid 30s, increasing clouds tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon as well, because we're looking ahead to actually seeing some rain chances, no snow or ice, just rain chances as we head into Wednesday evening and Thursday morning. Rain continues most of the day on Thursday, plus another warm up this weekend. I'm going to have those details coming up.
See you soon. The search for 2 children at a lake in Lynn County, Kansas takes a tragic turn. The search began last night around 8 when Lynn County deputies were alerted of 2 missing children in the Lake Chaparral community. The sheriff's office used a drone to search the area above the lake, and they discovered the 2 children had died trapped under the ice. Authorities say it's important to educate children on the dangers of ice.
Educating our children and ourselves of the danger that comes from the ice. Hypothermia sets in really quick. And if they had already been outside in the weather for any time period, their bodies were already chilled before they entered the water. And so just the importance of making sure that our children understand the necessity to stay away from the ice.
Rescue crews from Overland Park assisted with the recovery. This is still a developing story. We're going to have more details on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, as they become available. Fire Station number 7 in Joplin celebrated a new way of saving lives. Joplin City officials, members of the fire department, community resources staff, and volunteers came out for the opening of a brand new Safe Haven baby box drop-off. The baby box will provide a safe and anonymous option for parents in crisis to surrender infants. This is the first baby box in Joplin and only the 6th in the state. Safe Haven says they found this a perfect place in Station 7.
A lot of time to be placed in here because it was a new one, and I have just had a great relationship with Chief Azell here, and I got to spend a couple hours here with your fire department, and they're just an amazing group.
The baby box was blessed and placed into service today. Today, students from grades 6 through 12 attended a mental health presentation at the Joplin Public Library hosted by the Children's Center of Southwest Missouri. It's part of a series of programs by the library aimed at teens called Adulting 101. Today's event, young people had the chance to complete worksheets and share their thoughts.
The main thing that we try to get, especially teens, to understand about their mental health is just that they're not alone. The number one complaint we hear a lot of times is around bullying and isolation. One of the toughest things for teens is just feeling like they don't have somewhere to turn. So one of the things we talked about tonight is figuring out what that person looks like for you.
The next Adulting 101 class is scheduled for February 27th and will focus on media literacy. Students at Lamar High School got a chance to learn about military service today. That story's coming up. And Pitt State hosts a competition for future business leaders.
Flow smoothly.
The Missouri National Guard is making history at Lamar High School with a new program called Guard X. Its intent is to give students a chance to meet Guard members and learn about what joining the military means. Recruiters were on hand to talk about educational benefits, combat routines, and employment options.
The need for bringing it to the schools. We were trying to do something similar over at our armories, and just logistically it wasn't making sense. So this was a way to bring this experience to the schools, get more eyes on it, get the kids to see what's available to them, because it's really easy to go without understanding it if you don't actually see it.
Dixon says anyone who's been told they couldn't join the military in the past should double check now because a lot of rules have changed, including age and health requirements. Joplin Catholic Schools recognized some standout individuals today. The Joplin Area Catholic Schools, also known as JACS, awarded high honors to their 2025 Benefactor of the Year, Bob Schroer, and their 2025 Educator of the Year, Larry Perkins. Perkins says his goal is to always be there for the kids.
I feel like I've done the same thing. I've put my all into everything every day for the students, and I try to be there for them as much as possible, whether they're having difficulty or in good times. I'm just always trying to be there for them.
Joplin Area Catholic Schools are St. Mary's, St. Peter's, and McCallie. Tomorrow's business leaders took their skills to competition today at Pitt State. The Girard High School Future Business Leaders of America chapter hosted the Kansas FBLA District 1 competition. The finalists performed for a panel of judges in hopes of making it to the state level, then qualifying to represent Kansas in a national competition in California at the end of June. One event coordinator says the competition gives the kids valuable real-world skills.
It is part of their educational system. Everything that we do for them right now that provides them experiences to make them better when they begin adulting, and also stronger competitors to get that job that they're looking for someday.
Thank you. The finalists were chosen from more than 275 competitors from 14 schools. Hey, I want to invite you to join me tomorrow for a little cruise. I was honored to participate in a segment of the City of Pittsburgh's video series called Cruisin' the Burg. Assistant City Manager Jay Byers and I drove around town as he asked questions about my life, career, memories I associate with various locations, such as the spot where my wife Kay and I were married, a lot of other things. It was a lot of fun. It's the latest episode in a series where Pittsburgh city leaders hit the road while interviewing various people. Again, you can check it out tomorrow. Cruisin' the Burg on the City of Pittsburgh Facebook page. Lindsay's up next with the complete forecast, and a little later we're going to take you to one small Missouri town that's big on charm.
And if you buy 3, you'll get 1 free. New polymer windows. This won't last long, so click.
Two of the top high school basketball teams in southeast Kansas face off tonight in a non-conference battle at Girard between the Trojans and Fort Scott. Girard girls basketball enters the night 10-1, ranked number 6 in Class 3A. Lady Trojans host 9-2 Fort Scott, who's 8th in Class 4A. Callie Comstock scores underneath the basket to give the Lady Tigers a 4-0 lead early first quarter. But from that point forward, this was all Trojans. Kennedy Keller connects on a 3-ball from the top of the key a little bit later. Maddie Kester, nothing but net on the corner 3. Girard brings a 17-point lead into halftime. In the second half, a lot more of the same. First Girard possession of the third quarter. Kester cuts back door, can't get the layup to go, but Erica Boatman with the rebound puts it back up, gets fouled, and the shot drops. Trojans extend their lead to 20 points. Then the fourth quarter, Jariah Adolph hits a 3-pointer from the top of the key. That's the dagger. Utter domination tonight from Girard. Lady Trojans take down Fort Scott 51-29. They remain undefeated on their home floor. Now to the boys' game. Girard at home taking on Fort Scott, who just got win number 1 of the season against Colgan over the weekend. Early first quarter, Dub Chipman uses his speed to get into the lane and connect on a floater. Girard with the response, though. Ranson Bourne creates some space against Chipman and then hits the pull-up jumper. Final seconds of the first, Chipman finds Malachi Larson, who attacks the basket and uses the finger roll for the smooth finish. Second quarter, Trojans are up by 3, and the sophomore Cam Smith is money on a 3-pointer. That doubles the lead. Fort Scott has to call timeout, but the Tigers hang tough all game. Chipman hits another lefty floater in the lane here, and Fort Scott, trailed by as many as 9, but comes back to earn the win on the road. Final score 52-46. Well, Pittsburgh State baseball begins its 2025 season in just a few days. The Gorillas open the year with 3 games this weekend in the UCO First Pitch Classic. That's in Edmond, Oklahoma. Now, the Gorillas feel they have a battle-tested roster that's ready to take the next step as a program. Well, excluding the COVID-shortened 2020 season, Pitt State baseball has won 30 games or more every single year. It's been under the direction of head coach Bob Fernelli. However, that hasn't led to any NCAA tournament appearances. The last time the Gorillas made it to an NCAA regional is 2018. In order to change that, PSU knows these early games are very important.
We're excited. We're a veteran group with a lot of older guys, and we have a lot to prove, and we just got to go play the right way each and every day. And if we do that, this team has a chance to be really successful.
Staying healthy is a big key, and winning the games early. Those non-conference games has always kind of screwed us out of one game when it comes down to the end of the year. So I think if we can stay healthy, especially our pitching staff, we'll be able to limit a lot of runs, and our offense is going to score a lot of runs.
To win in the MIAA, the little things matter. You got to be doing exactly what you need to do each day, each and every day, and really pitch the ball well when it comes to the middle of the spring and still hit the ball. And it's an offensive league as always, but you really got to be able to pitch the ball a little bit and play defense.
In a sport like baseball especially, sometimes you can think, oh, the season's so long, we have plenty of time to figure things out. But that was a common theme that the Gorillas said is win these early games, it's going to help us later.
It's an important reminder that they all count equally when it's all said and done. We'll be right back.
Well, temperatures tomorrow getting into the upper 50s, low 60s. We're only dropping down to the upper 40s before those rain showers start to move in. Now, light showers early in the night on Wednesday and overnight, and then heavier rain starts to move in around 4 or 5 in the morning on Thursday and continuing throughout the afternoon.
Lindsay, thanks. The oldest woman in Jasper County, Missouri is celebrating her favorite team and their big wins in the playoffs. KUAM's Melissa Alexis spoke to her about the Kansas City Chiefs and their historic road to the Super Bowl.
And they won the game.
It's not every day that you see your favorite team go to the Super Bowl. And the oldest person in Jasper County, Helen Hubbard, will see this for the 3rd year in a row.
Wonderful, and especially for the players. I want them to play good. I don't want them to get hurt.
The 105-year-old Kansas City Chiefs fan had her eyes glued to the playoff game, a game that had her on the edge of her seat.
An anxious game. And so I started out being anxious, and then they made a touchdown. And I relaxed.
Now she's celebrating this historic moment where the Chiefs have a chance to be the first team in NFL history to win the Super Bowl for 3 years straight. The Chiefs are the first team in NFL history to reach 5 Super Bowls in a 6-season span.
Now I'm rooting for them to win their 3rd Super Bowl.
And Helen's not the only Chiefs fan here at the St. Luke's Nursing Center. She's got some friends to celebrate with as well.
My door is usually open all the time, and I have quite a few visitors.
And her, along with those friends, are hoping for a Chiefs win on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's something that's never been done, and for them to have that and Chiefs Kingdom to have that, it would mean a lot.
We were a Chiefs fan for many years, and watch them make it to the playoffs and not win a game. So this is really awesome.
But Helen says win or lose, she'll always be a Chiefs fan.
When you're my age, you like to see them win. Whether they do or not, I will enjoy it.
Reporting in Carthage, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Helen and the staff of St. Luke's Nursing Center say they're looking forward to bringing their favorite Super Bowl foods like wings to the celebration. I bet that will be one great celebration. And really, how can the Chiefs lose knowing that Helen's on their side?
Helen's become a little bit spoiled with all these Super Bowl appearances now. Is 5 and 6 years? Yeah.
But she's put in her time. She's waited for this since the team started way back in 1960 or whatever. And of course, she was a middle-aged woman by then, but she's been a fan ever since.
Yeah.
Final sports notes.
Carthage boys basketball gets a win today. It's the first time they've won at Ozark in program history.
Thanks for joining us. Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.